Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got the weapon in my character's hands here. This is the Scrap Battle Rifle, also known as a Wasteland M1 Garand. So it obviously is the M1 Garand for all intents and purposes. We shoot it, but we get that nice ping reload of the M1 Garand. It's an M1 Garand. It's essentially the Wasteland M1 Garand. Now, it's got a fairly fast rate of fire. 8 round, I believe, is that a clip? Because you put a clip into an M1 Garand, right? It's not a magazine. Load that all up in there. Very nice, very cool. So this weapon spawns on raiders at about level 8. It took me a long time to find it, but I found a raider who had it on him, so that works for me. You cannot craft it for yourself. Obviously, it looks like a combination of what the vanilla hunting rifle with the some pipe weapon parts and stuff like that on there. There's lots of attachment variety on this particular weapon, though, and that's kind of what I'm interested in here. Obviously, I love the M1 Garand ping. That's always kind of nice. The M1 Garand, kind of an iconic weapon. So let's take a look at what we could do with this scrap battle rifle. Now, obviously, first things first, receiver, gun on 4, maximize damage, 112. By default, this weapon shoots 5.56 ammunition, but we have lots of different things we can do with that. So we have standard barrel here, we have short barrels, short light barrels, long light barrels, all the things. This is very similar to like shotgun barrel or combat rifle barrel and stuff. You can do all the stocks, right? Gunslinger stock even, which has quicker reload. Better aim with scopes. See, the gunslinger stock is actually interesting because there's a lot of marksman stocks. That's fine, right? Like it's a sniper rifle now, but gunslinger stock I think might be actually the way to go. So we have standard clip here. We have quick eject clip. We have .308 clip to increase that damage. A quick .308 clip, a .4570 clip, which is even more than the 308, just a tiny bit. We have a shotgun clip, which I'm really interested in trying out, and then 50 caliber single load. So we'll put the 50 caliber single load in there just to show off that that's what that's like. Sorry about my camera being absolutely weird. Let's fix that real quick. Okay, here we go. Third person camera actually working. So the stock obviously looks kind of cool. It's got a nice spring in there, loaded and all that. 150 caliber round. You're still definitely loading a clip, but 150 caliber round at a time. Reload that. You could do that if you really want to maximize single shot damage. Now I don't know if you do. That reload is really quick too. I think that's just with the quickness of the gunslinger stock. So what if we put like a quick clip on that? I just want to see what that looks like. And this gets a lot more fire rate. We should still have 8 rounds with the 308 maybe. We can put the improved sights on here. We're going to go through some of these: the reflex sight, the hollow sight, combat sight, magnified sight, all different kinds of things here. And then obviously you can put a suppressor on there as well, or a muzzle brake and compensator if that's the kind of thing you're into. So let's make it suppressed just to see what it sounds like, see what it looks like. It does look like I'm, a kind of combination of vanilla weapon parts kind of thrown together. That's our improved iron sights, which you can't really see very well due to the suppressor, but it's very quick reload. There's a lot of recoil on that. That weapon jumped straight up, like off of that first shot. Like you couldn't really spam it out, even though it's got a really quick rate of fire. You're not going to keep that on target very well. That's a lot of recoil. I mean, obviously .38 round, big heavy, sniper rifle caliber bullet kind of, but I can keep it on enough, right? For the 8 round capacity that it has. I really want to test that as a shotgun though. I love shotguns. If you don't know me here at the Pop on Top channel, I love shotguns. Is there any, I guess you could go with hipfire accuracy if you really wanted to. So is the shotgun get reduced range? It does. Reduced range and reduced accuracy but more damage. The 4570, it's kind of its own thing. It's just different rifles. So I want to see what the shotgun clip is like. Let's go to a different sight here, reflex sight. You can keep it suppressed though. Suppressed is going to really have short range. Reflex sight is fine. It's just a big ugly reticle dot. We are shooting shotgun shells out of this thing though. It looks like there's trying to be shotgun shells in that clip that you would load into the M1 Garand. Obviously the hip fire is really, really wide because of the long barrel. So maybe if you were doing the shotgun thing, you might actually want to put that short barrel on there. Let's put a hollow sight on there. Obviously we can increase the accuracy stuff. So let's say the short light barrel. This is really reduction in range, but we should have slightly better hip fire accuracy. You can use it like a shotgun. It still reloads quite quick. There's our nice little zoom sight on there. Its sights are getting better as you kind of work our way up, like in terms of being able to see a target through them. Let's look at that combat sight. 48 accuracy. We have gone up on accuracy stat at least. That's ugly though. I don't like that at all. I understand it's supposed to be kind of handmade and stuff and all that stuff, and it's a handmade scope. Shoot the bad guy, but there's way too much reticle stuff going on there for no real good reason. Just put the dot, put a dot on there. A magnified sight, we'll try. It's just like a regular short scope. No, this is this is ugly too. It's ugly too. I'm just looking at scopes here, and this is an ugly scope. You can try and convince me if you want to. The short scope should just work like a short scope, so this should just be good. This is my good short scope. I've modded my short scope to look good. Now, that's not going to really work super well with a shotgun, but we are getting a high accuracy stat. Now, the range stat on this is particularly awful, so we're not getting good VATS accuracy until we're in shotgun range. But this should, in theory, just melt right through something. Shotgun does do a lot of damage. Obviously, it's suppressed, so you wouldn't want to make it suppressed. We could go even longer on the scope here, too, because there's the medium and long and night vision. So you could go long scope. Really, you'd want to do, like, long barrel. And then maybe you advance receiver. The gunslinger stock, I think, is the way to go. Marksman stock you could argue with because you have better accuracy with scopes. But, like, I think you probably... I don't know if you want to go 50 caliber single load. You're getting 190 damage. I think the quick 308 clip is probably the way to go. You get, like, a nice 170 range stat. You get a nice scope. Long range scope. Suppressor. Silence. We're going to get extreme VATS accuracy at long range, right? Like, that is very good. Very quick reload. Faster than the other ones. You get 8 rounds. You can customize it how you kind of want to, which is cool. I like the customization factor to this weapon, especially with the different ammo types and all that stuff. 4570 could be kind of cool. I mean, you do gain 12 damage off of that. Is that still 8 rounds? That was 5. See, so that's like a trade-off as it is. You get a little more damage, but you only get 5 shots, and that recoil is even worse somehow. Let's go back to 5.56. See if that recoil comes back down a little bit. So the 308 still got a pretty good amount of recoil, I would definitely say. But that's maybe because of that gunslinger stock. Yeah, this is like... See how the difference? This doesn't move at all. I could just shoot this all day. So, like, you are trading recoil for damage, right? Like more damage equals more recoil, which, you know, kind of makes sense. Like, on a real-life basis and stuff. Maybe you might want to go with the marksman stock, though. Or recoil compensating stock. It says exceptional sighted accuracy and recoil, though, still. So I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference. But yeah, if you go bigger on these Eclipse, right? Like the 4570 is recoiling like kind of crazy, right? Like it goes a lot up. Like you can't, like you could shoot it really fast. Also, like you could really spam the rounds out of that if you wanted to. But I don't know if you'd want to because you really couldn't keep your shit on target. Like I don't think that even the shotgun's got less recoil than that. We still got a pretty decent range with this long scope on there. You could sniping shotgun. Now, that's still like a lot of recoil too. Shotgun's got a lot of recoil. 4 shotgun cells, but you can. I think the shotgun would make a good at close and long range. We're gonna kind of test it this way, just because I love shotgun. But like, I think we should get a fairly decently good VATS accuracy at range. Yeah, we're hitting that target. I mean, that did like no damage because shotguns and VATS are always so weird. Because like it's gonna hit the target, but we're gonna hit like 1 out of the 8 pellets in the shotgun shell or whatever. It does some weird stuff. But reload is really fast. I like this interesting little like scrap battle rifle. This you know, like post-apocalyptic M1 Garand type weapon is cool, and it has a lot of cool attachments you can put on there. But like that recoil is kind of insane. It's kind of insane. Now obviously you could take the suppressor off for increased range a little bit more. I don't know if you need that. I mean obviously there's a shotgun without the shotgunness, right? Like you get that 40 fire rate regardless. I'm trying to think like 112 damage up to like 145 is probably a big enough difference to trade off this. Apparently the 308s get like they get way more recoil, but like the range stat accuracy goes up a little bit, like definitely a lot actually, because the recoil is crazy. This is maybe the optimal way to, even though it's lower damage per shot, that no recoil ability to just put rounds in. I'm gonna test the weapon out like this, and then maybe we'll test it out a different way, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, everybody, Zombies Arena arcade mode as I do. We're gonna kind of use this like a long-range sneaky sniper rifle, Federal Surveillance Center K21B, because it's got the range. It's got long-range engagement kind of style here because of verticality. We'll spawn in some raiders. Raiders do spawn the weapon. We'll see if we see any raiders spawn with the weapon on them as we kind of kill them around here. I think I saw somebody right there. There's definitely somebody right there. Not quite a one-shot sneak attack headshot, but because of that reduced recoil there, I think that follow-up shot is a lot easier to achieve. Now, does that make a huge difference? I don't know. Like, I could definitely put some shots down in there. There's definitely... I mean, you're literally looking at me, but not seeing me. Sneak perk is broken. I mean, the VATS, obviously we can get 5 shots off of VATS. It's not like too many. I'm going to execute that critical. That raid. Legendary Raider is showing off that damage is maybe not enough. But, like, the spam ability with the low recoil makes that really good still, though. I think that's still, like, a really good way to design the weapon. I think the recoil, if you're manually firing, obviously if you're using something like VATS, it's not such a big deal. But, like... I think the person got knocked the fuck over, too. Sucks to be you. Anybody else left? Nope, that was that whole round. So I'm gonna go quickly modify the weapon to be a shotgun and like do different stuff with it, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright everybody, we're pulling back up into Zombies Unit Arcade mode again with the shotgun on. That's all I changed. All I did was put the shotgun on. We're going to try to test this out in the Super Duper Mart. We're going to spawn in some ghouls, because we're going to test if this weapon is effective essentially at close range this way, but we can still do long range stuff too. We're going to try to do a little bit of both. Obviously I don't expect the weapon to be super good at long range with shotgun shells. I just think that the damage it's going to do is not very good, but like, that was a one-shot sneak attack critical, right? That did work. I lost them. Long scopes are long as suck. Like, see, we're only hitting partial pellets there. But we get those 4 shots off still pretty quick. But that recoil is insane, right? Like, I guess the follow-up recoil is not maybe as bad as I thought. Like, because it does kind of recenter fairly quickly. But I could definitely run around with this thing, too. I bet you guys could just hip-fire this thing if necessary, too. You can do, like, a combo thing. Alright, like, that one just got hip-fired down. That ghoul got absolutely annihilated. Should be some down here. Usually is. Kind of an expert at Zombies Unit Arcade mode at this point. How much I test weapons here and stuff. But yeah, obviously, that guy's dead. Fast accuracy. I mean, that legendary still just fell over. It sucks to be you. Spam out some shotgun shells. That took 4 in him, though. And he didn't die. I mean, he's a legendary. There's it's resilient. Hey, legendary spawn in. That just happened to be... I'm resilient. Now I could... So what is this one? This default resilient one. What do we got going on here? I mean... Increased resistances while reloading. So remember, this is what the base variant looks like. It's got like an okay iron sight kind of appearance, and the hipfire is quite accurate. This must be a short barrel, right, version. What we got on here, actually? We can look at that, right? So this is all standard stuff, actually, except for it's resilient. So let's take a look at the standard versus some ghouls, just to give us a quick comparison, just because I happened to find it anyway, just to show you guys that the legendary effects do appear. I do think it's interesting, though. I do think this is an interesting weapon mod. I like it a lot. I like its customization factor to it. I do think some of the scopes suck. I do think that. But I think, like, you know, long range scopes are pretty good. Obviously, it's very loud. We forget that because we had it suppressed there for a long time. Very spammy though. 5.56 rounds. Spammy enough to be effective. Even at close range with that tight hipfire accuracy. Maybe you don't want to go with long barrel unless you really plan on sniping with a weapon. There's another ghoul somewhere over here. Hello, ghoul. Spamming hipfire shots. Shoot your arm off. Sucks to be you. Bitch. Obviously the damage is quite low though. VATS accuracy, I mean, pretty good at this kind of range for just a default gun. And we get a lot of shots off in VATS. Legendary, we should pop a crit, but like even then, look, that's not damage isn't good. I'm gonna cancel that. We're going back to the shotgun version. Obviously, it could use some attachments and stuff, right? We could definitely use some attachments to make that weapon a lot better. Like, but even then, the shotgun when in range is not doing particularly great. It's got that knockdown effect. It's pretty hard hitting because we're essentially hitting with a bunch of shots at once, and we're getting all the bonuses from the rifleman perk. Spam the hip fire, get the nice Garand ping every 4 rounds. They're not going to get anywhere near me. That's not going to happen. Sucks to suck. Okay, we're going to leave. But yeah, you know, it's a cool gun. I like the idea of a kind of a handmade Wasteland junk, you know, M1 Garand battle rifle, whatever you want to call it. And it's got some cool attachments. I like the quick reload stock here that we got on. That's kind of cool. The fact that you could shoot shotgun shells with a 150 caliber round or whatever, right? The recoil is kind of insane, but other than that, like if you could manage it or use it in VATS or whatever, it's a cool weapon. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this the scrap battle rifle a mod that you want to check out for yourselves? Let me know. If you guys would like to check out this mod for yourselves, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page or the Nexus mod page. You can download this mod for yourselves there. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. That way you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.